again that pretty much get this podcast going. I wanted to do a two-part series of women in business because I think it's very important to have a different perspective on women in business, especially local. So I've invited three very successful women that are in business. They're local. So I wanted to introduce them shortly, but I definitely wanted just to kind of have a segment that's called Say What? So I wanted to just go over some interesting facts I found online. So I'm going to go through them, and I'm going to ask these ladies whether they think that it's true, whether they think, nah. So I'm going to go through that, okay? So did y'all know that damn it, I'm mad spelled backwards still spells damn it, I'm mad. Did you know that?
I had no idea.
Yeah.
Come on, say what?
Yes. So I didn't know that. So I was thinking, I'm gonna do it, and I was like, it absolutely does. So if you look it up, damn it, I'm mad, spelled backwards, still it's damn it, I'm mad. I didn't know that. So I was like, say what? Okay. Well, there's another one. There are three things the human brain cannot resist noticing. What do you think, Jamie?
I guess personal is eyebrows, makeup, and hair. Those are like the first things I notice out of somebody.
What about you?
Nose hair.
No.
I'm sorry, if there's nose hair sticking out, that's like, for me, it's like.
Oh my God. What is one of the things that whenever you see something, what's one thing that you automatically
look at? Smile.
Smile?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So again, there are three things the human brain cannot resist noticing. So those are food. And now if you're single, if you're married.
Hold a hot dog.
Exactly. Food, attractive people, and danger. That's what we obviously. So what do y'all think?
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I totally agree with that.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay, and did you know right-handed people tend to chew food on their right side? Who's right-handed?
Me.
Did you ever notice that?
No.
Have you ever
I never
realized?
noticed that. I did not
So-
know that.
I want to test all these ladies out.
Oh God.
So, next time you eat, keep notice that. See if you recognize that. Yeah.
I notice because I'm an ice chewer,
Mm-hmm.
and I always chew with this side, and so this side is always like too cold. And I'm like, I should switch over to this side.
Oh my God, this is so true. Cool. Okay, and did you know people who laugh a lot are healthier than those who don't?
Yes.
You believe that?
Yes.
I
totally agree with that. I totally agree with that.
Yeah?
Happier.
Well, why?
Because you're happier, you're in a better mood, you're healthier, you probably eat better, you probably exercise, and you're a people person.
Well, okay.
I think it has like something to do with your hormones too. Like it causes like some type of, is it endorphins or something that
Yeah.
get produced and that they're like making you feel better.
And I know it takes a whole lot of muscles to smile,
Yes.
and so that makes just working your muscles
Right.
works everything.
Because
Right.
people want to be around people who are happy and are smiling.
I absolutely agree because just being around people that, are able to laugh, I could be in like a really sour mood and, just being around people that are positive and that are happy, it literally just changes your whole, attitude. Yeah, so I believe that.
I agree.
So, your shoes are the first thing people subconsciously notice about you. Did y'all know that?
I'm very conscious of that because I'm a shoe person.
I'm a shoe person, so I agree with that.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay, another
You
guy.
have cute shoes. choose today. So yes.
So do y'all just do women or do you do men?
No, I do both.
Both? What about you, Jen? Jen?
Truthfully, I don't pay that much attention unless it's something that just catches my eye, but normally it's not like a big, like, ooh, you know?
Yeah.
I'm more like, oh, he's wearing Ferragamo. Okay.
That's awesome. Okay. And did y'all know there are at least 6 people in the world who look exactly like you?
Yes.
There's a 9% chance that you'll meet one of them in your lifetime.
I sure have.
You know, and it's funny, it's interesting because I have had people that have met just throughout my life and said, you know what, are you that guy? And I'm like, no, I live in Texas. I lived in Texas all my life. And oh my God, you look like this person I met, at a bar. I'm like, okay, probably not. But it's
No, not you.
But no,
It was you, Joe.
No. But it's funny. It's interesting that and I don't even know. I'm a little bit skeptical about that. What do you think?
No,
What do
we
you
don't.
think?
We all have doppelgangers.
Yes,
I believe
mine.
that.
I've seen, well, not personally, but my girlfriend saw a magazine and she sent it to me and it looked like me.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
I
Well,
personally met mine. My mother even met mine, and my mother was like, "Oh my God, like that girl looks just like you."
really?
Years ago, yeah, it was somebody, my ex-husband and his best friend were dating us,
Mhm.
and we would hang out together and didn't realize we looked identical.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dang. I don't know. I still got, maybe 50 this year, so I don't know if I'll ever meet my twin or somebody that looks like me. I don't know. Who knows? And lastly, if part of your body falls asleep, you can almost wake it up by shaking your head. Did you know that?
Shaking your what?
By shaking
Shaking your head.
Head?
Oh.
You know how, like, whenever, and
Your foot falls
but see, that,
That'd be more obvious though.
I was like, I'm gonna test it out because sometimes, like when I sleep with my hand like under my pillow, and then I'll wake up in the middle of the night and I'm like, oh my God, my hand's asleep. But I normally will go like, squeeze it so it wake it up. So I don't know. What do y'all think, ladies? Do you think that's true?
I don't think so. I
don't know. I'm
I'm
like,
sure
say
you
what?
would. Yeah.
I'm like, say what? Like if my legs asleep, like it'd be more obvious for me to be like.
Well, especially if you have a hangover and you're like,
You're shaking your head.
no, you're not. You're like, oh my God. But yeah, so that's interesting. So say what? Anyways, did y'all know that it's impossible to hum while holding your nose? I tried it. You cannot. I tried it and I was like, I can do it. That just sounds pretty easy. And I'm like, no. I'm like, whatever. But that ends my segment of Say What? So anyways, so I want to go ahead and get into what this podcast is all about. And that's women in business. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce to my right, my first guest. Her name is Jennifer Montes. Jennifer, go ahead and introduce your business.
Hi, my name is Jennifer Monsivais, and I am the owner of Señorita's Wine Bar, which is located in Alamo Ranch area. It's a wine. We have food, and we also have like a wine tasting room where you can go in there and have different types of wines.
Wonderful. Actually, I've been to that spot, and it's a really cute spot. So if you're a wine, connoisseur, or you might want to check that place out. It's a really cute place. I believe it's on
Lone Star Parkway.
Lone Star Parkway. But that's a cute little place. So check it out, guys. Then we have
Veronica Amado. I am a co-owner of Grande Properties, and Besides that, I also own a model group, which is marketing for Glamified properties and many other businesses. And within that, I'm also the owner of Reset Professionals, which is a credit repair business.
Oh, fantastic. Oh, we need to get you. And then we have Jenny Tejeda.
Yes. Hi guys. Janie Tejeda. I own Glamified. I've been in business probably about 6 years, and I am an esthetician. And I do facials, body waxing, beauty treatments, facial peels, things like that.
Right. So again, to plug her, also I've also been to her business, Glamified. She's a wonderful esthetician.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, esthetician. Okay. Okay. Well, you know what? Okay, guys.
You can say special or facialist.
Facialist.
It's very
Okay, I think I can pronounce. Okay. Well, I'm gonna ask three bell ladies, obviously, a question. So let's get down to the questions real quick. What made you want to start a home-based business?
For me,
Well, it's a business. Yours is a business.
Yeah. So I got tired of going to the wineries in Pittsburgh, Texas, and everywhere else, and I wanted to have a wine tasting room. I wanted to bring something to San Antonio that that we don't have, and we don't have anything in this area, in the Almora and Seaward area. So I decided I would bring that into San Antonio. And that was a dream I've always had. I've traveled to different wineries in California and stuff like that. I've always loved wine, and that was something that I really wanted to do.
Wonderful. How long have you been in business?
So we started in January 2019, last year, 2020, 2020, and that's when we were open for a month due to COVID-19. So that's another struggle.
Yeah, and that's another question that I want to get to you, both of y'all,
Okay.
How COVID has affected all businesses. And then, of course,
The question was why.
what made you want to start your own business,
So
your home business?
my thing was I was in the middle of trying to figure out how I was going to supplement an income that I was getting rid of. I was in a toxic relationship and I was getting ready to move on. And I had been mentoring several women and trying to get them to move forward with their own inspirations and trying to do things that they love so that they too can move out of their toxicities. But so I decided, how am I going to mentor these women if I'm not even doing it myself? So I decided, you know what, I need to, besides my corporate job, I need to supplement what I currently do because I'm going to lose an income real soon here. So I decided I'm going to start using my IT degree, and I'm going to start doing some marketing. So with that, I partnered up with my my best friend, Miriam Campos, who's a real estate agent, and we decided that not only am I going to do the marketing, she's going to do the real estate. We're also going to do financial literacy for our community and assist and bring up our community to be able to be business owners, homeowners, investors. So we partnered up with many businesses to grow Glamified properties. So from that, I also started Reset Professionals, which is a credit repair business, which allows you to not only invest in properties, buy your own home, but also become a business owner.
Oh, wow.
So that's where I started.
Oh, fantastic. And Jamie?
Yes, for me, it was actually kind of a vision. So, of course, I had always been interested in beauty or just kind of that type of treatment. And I actually was getting married. I went to a small business where I was just getting a spray tan, but when I saw her little spot, it just inspired me. And that's how I just wanted to get into some type of business for my own. I've always, of course, had a daytime job, right, a corporation job. But it was just so inspiring to see this one person doing it on her own and running her small business. And it just totally inspired me to do it. So
Fantastic.
That's how I started Glamified.
Fantastic. And anybody could answer this question if you'd like. So were y'all scared to leap into starting your business? Were you scared?
No.
And how did you come about wanting to start it? Where did you start? I mean, were you thinking of, oh my gosh, do I have enough money to start my business? What type of fear did y'all have when starting the business?
Well, from in my case, I didn't need any money, and now that I'm more involved with financial literacy and investments, I'm learning that you don't need money to start a business. You really don't. I mean, if you want to start a business, you start your corporation, you start building your business credit, and all of that could be funded for you. It all starts with credit repair. It all starts with having good credit. So if you really want to start your business, you really don't need to have a full, you don't need to use your life savings. On that, there's other avenues. Now, I know that there's people that use their life savings, but in my case, it wasn't scary. And now that I know financial literacy, that's what I'm teaching other people. That you don't need, a ton of money to start a business. You just need to know what your goal is and get it started.
What about you, Jen?
For me, I did have to sort of borrow because truthfully, I was investing in myself. I had to go to school. I had to go to esthetician school, beauty school. So yeah, student loans came into play, but I felt like that was a risk that I was willing to take. The good part about it was I still had a daytime job, so that supplemented that payment of the student loan, right? But even at that, when you start your business, there is going to be a little bit of cost. You're going to have, well, for me, it's equipment, supplies, things that you have to supply yourself with. So you may at the beginning have to maybe put some stuff on credit, which it can be a little scary.
Yeah.
But just remember, you have to also think about the service that you're providing and paying yourself back with your service. So think about that too. Put that into play.
That's awesome advice, ladies. I mean, it's just, I get excited because there's a lot of women that are afraid to take a leap of faith, because it is a leap of faith. It can be, right?
Yeah,
I mean, what about you, Jim? Did you have any fear?
I didn't have fear going in. This was something I wanted to do for a long time, and for me, it was an investment in myself and my future. And so in my business, you have to buy, I have a wine bar, so you had to, we actually built a wine bar, and had to design the wine bar, buy the equipment, stuff like that. So in my business, you do need to invest yourself. You need to have the funds available.
Perfect. Awesome. So are y'all full-time at your business, or do you do it on the side?
For me, part-time still. I'm nights and weekends for me. Yeah.
What about you?
I have three. I'm the owner of 3 businesses, so that has to be full time. Plus, I have a corporate job. So I'm on duty 24/7.
Wow. How do you have time for yourself managing?
Oh, I do. My love is to be working. I take vacations. I have 2 little ones, an adult daughter. You make time. You make time. If you love what you do, you're gonna make time.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, what about you, Ben?
For me, I have 6 employees, so they take care of the business.
Oh, wow. Ooh,
So I don't work at the business.
that's awesome. Okay. Hey, you got it, So, I want to know, let me go with you, Veronica. Who is your customer? Or who's your client?
So Glamified properties. We work with investors. I have commercial, right now I'm working with some commercial investors. I also have residential investors. We work with our community. We work with in that business, my customers are the person. So people like me, people that started, I'm from the south side of San Antonio. I still have a lot of connections to my south side. And those are my clients. My clients are people just like me, Latinas, Latinos, Hispanic people that are coming from another country, or anybody coming from other countries, trying to start their lives, trying to know about what credit is about, financial literacy. So basically, I have a plethora of clients.
Gotcha. Jamie, who are your clients? Are these men, women, children? Who do you cater to?
So for me, pretty much it started off with just friends, right? Just people that I knew, telling them about my business. And now it's grown from friends to referrals to their kids, their moms, their aunts, their uncles, everybody that they refer, friends of friends, Facebook friends. So now it's just really, my business is based off referrals. That's all I work off of. So, and I like it like that. That's perfect.
So we mentioned a little bit about COVID. Jen had mentioned it, which I'm glad that you did. What was the biggest obstacle your business faced during COVID? I mean, I know that we're still in COVID a little bit, but obviously it's getting a little bit better, but we're still in COVID, ladies and gentlemen. But what about you, Jen? How did COVID affect your business?
So I opened my business, we were open for a month and we had to close due to COVID. It affected my business because I had to do online orders, I had to do to-go orders. People couldn't come in the bar. So it's hard to have a wine bar if people cannot do wine tastings in there. So we had to basically, the way we set up our business model, it was not working like that. So we had to do everything online and to go. So it was really hard. It was hard to get through the COVID and all that stuff. Because people wanted to come in, but we couldn't let them in because of COVID. And so we were going to follow the rules and all the regulations. So we had to do curbside ordering and stuff like that. We sold eggs, milk, gloves and stuff like that. People needed essentials, toilet paper and paper towel. So we sold all that.
So do you think when you did that, were you trying to sustain your business because even though you were doing things online, so you were helping the community by doing that, but did it also help you just kind of sustain your business? Or?
It somewhat helped me sustain my business, but it was more like I wanted to help out the community, and also because I wanted to let them know that we're still here. We're still here. We're not going.
Awesome.
So I host a lot of networking events with these ladies. The Most of Moments, Women Inspiring Women. It's a bunch of women who have different businesses, and we come together once a month, and we share our business. But not only that, we mentor younger women or older women, women our age, mentor them to come in and want to be a part of our businesses or want to learn from us and want to learn how to start. COVID affected that. We have not had an event. We're getting ready to have one this next few weeks over at Jen's place.
We'll plug that later.
Yes, we will. But the way that it affected us was that I have to use my IT, my IT background as a software engineer. I have to use that to plug into people and learn and teach them how to be more socially active through the internet, through Zoom, through creating networks, through that. And then as far as, our real estate business, that really, COVID took an effect on that in a good way sometimes. Because, because there has been quite a bit of a jump in the real estate industry as far as investors as well. So as far as just like shooting it out there and letting people know, what we provide, it really was a good effect for us because, as long as you can market through the internet, market through social media, and understand that is the new.
Absolutely. I absolutely agree with that.
Socially, and I've always been a very big, I'm social, very, very social, on the internet as well as in person. So, it really didn't affect me in a bad way. It was kind of doing it a different way and teaching others how to get out there.
That's super awesome. What about you, Jenny?
For me, it was a little different because I do have a home-based business. I was very lucky in that sense, right? Because you don't have to pay rent. Rent was the hard part for a lot of businesses, and if I had probably had to, I probably would have gotten out of business, because while you're so our Texas Department of Licensing had shut down estheticians, cosmetology, things like that. That was all shut down for about almost 3 months.
Oh my God.
So we were completely shut down. We had no business. So that would have been tough. Luckily, it was at home. I still had my, corporate job. But after COVID, we were allowed to reopen. It really affected me in a way where I had to do business differently. And what I mean by that is prior to COVID, I was booking double appointments, like say in the evenings, like I would have one girl come, one girl leave, right, and another girl coming. Weekends were booked back to back. Well, I had to change that because now that we were in COVID standards, your sanitation has to be on key. You have to really be careful of who you're, bringing into your house. We're doing temp checks, sanitation at the door, just wearing masks, just the extra things that you have to do now, wiping down door handles and things that you don't really think about before. You're having to really be careful. So that's where it just had to change a little. I've lowered the number of people who are coming in at once. I'm not booking as many appointments. I'm pushing them further out. So, we're being a little more safe, a little bit more careful, and that's kind of where you're not making as much money right up front, I could say, but it is coming in steadily. You know what I mean?
So did you have to lower your prices because of that, or your prices pretty much stayed the same?
My prices stayed the same.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't feel like I need to increase them at this point. It seems like it's a fairly good amount that's coming in right now.
Fantastic. Yeah. Okay, perfect. So how do you all feel, and anybody can answer this, do you think by owning your own business, do you think that advertising and marketing is a very key point to literally sustain your business, to get your business out and open? Because a lot of businesses sometimes can be word of mouth, but I think it's also important for me, being the fact that I'm going into digital marketing after I graduate. I think that it's so important that you market and advertise your business. I don't care how many times, but do you think that it's important?
Absolutely. For my type of business, yes, it is. Yeah, definitely.
And what do you do to market your business?
So everything as far as Facebook, Instagram, then we also do marketing, flyers, postcards, and stuff like that. Because a lot of people, even now that we're in there, some people walk in there, they're like, we didn't even know you were here. So people still don't know that we're there. So so marketing, I think, is very essential for my business.
Absolutely. What about you, Grande?
I'm a digital marketer.
Yeah, I know. That's like you. Why did you say that?
So it's absolutely very important to search for the avenues, your niche, what it is that who it is that you're trying to target, and it depends on what kind of product you have, the kind of market that you have. Like for example, I'm getting ready to market for a financial literacy thing that I'm doing for my credit repair out in the South Side, love. So what am I doing? It actually is in the West Side. It's between the West and the East at the Cesar Chavez Civic Center. So what am I doing for that? Who am I targeting? I'm targeting the people in that area, all of San Antonio, but mostly the people in that area that are familiar with that. So am I going to reach them through social media? Probably, but I need to also make sure that I have brochures. I'm going to do some community walks. I plugged into, not personally, but I'm plugged into the District 2 councilman. So I mean, yes, marketing is absolutely necessary for any type of business.
What about you?
Same. I'm on social media, of course. I try to plug myself whenever I can. And, truthfully, just talking about your business. And sometimes it doesn't come up in conversation, but sometimes it does. And, you kind of always have to be prepared with your business card or some of your information. I always tell people, like my page, I have a special and you can go on there, but it's basically social media and word of mouth. I mean, that's how my business has grown and I've grown.
You absolutely have. I mean, I've known you a long time, and I've seen you bust your butt. With going to school, then finishing it, and then starting your business. I mean, I've seen you succeed. That's why, and I've seen your Facebook page, and I know Jennifer has. That's why I wanted to invite you all here, because I feel like, the ladies out there, even gentlemen, but specifically ladies, I want to highlight y'all because I feel like there are a lot of young women and ladies that want to start a business, and y'all are the prime example of that, But starting with Jeannie, if you had to give that, 19, 20, 21-year-old, even 22-year-old out there, what advice would you give them to succeed in if they wanted to start a business? What advice would you give them?
So at that age, you're fairly young. I feel like you're still kind of learning, and I feel like you should invest in your learning at that time, and maybe within a couple of years, think of your 5-year plan, right? Think about, okay, where is my career going? Where am I going to go? I feel like school is so important. I did go to school later in life, but I kind of wish I had done it earlier in life.
Me too.
And so for kids that age, I feel like just teach yourself, invest in yourself, go to school, learn a craft. Sometimes you have to jump around a little bit, right? Learn different things. Don't keep it just to one, and then learn a couple of things, and then see where your niche is or where you like, and go that direction.
Right. The reason why I wanted to pinpoint the younger women, because you just said it right on the spot. Start with your education,
Right.
Or do something on the side that you love to do. Find something that you love to do, that you're passionate about it. Do it on the side. Get yourself educated, because I think it's important to do that. I know that some women that they go cold turkey and they're like, I want to start a business. You have women like that, right? Right. What about you, Veronica? What advice would you give?
I would say, if I could talk to my 19-year-old self, I would say, girl, you have good credit. Take care of it. And if you don't know what to do with your credit, call me, because I will advise you on how to keep your credit well, how to get to your goals, start your LLC, start, getting some business credit, because now you have good credit, business credit. Follow your passion, get your education, use that credit, use that leverage that you have above many people that don't have good credit to get your education, to start your business, and forget about that guy, that girl.
Right.
Forget about him.
Right. Exactly.
Because you're going to be successful by the age of 25 if you follow this blueprint, if you follow this plan.
Amen.
And after that, and you can have fun in between, but after that, you're going to go back and you're going to take another 19-year-old and you're going to say, hey girl, hey guy, come on, I have the plan. Follow me, and you're gonna, and that's what I feel I would tell a young me.
Jen.
For me, I think education was the key for me. You have to work hard. You have to set your goals. But getting educated, that's gonna open doors. Or if you don't get educated, you don't have those doors open. You still have to work hard. You're gonna have to work hard, and you need to make sure you set goals. You do a 5-year plan, a 10-year plan. And that's what I did,
Fantastic. Well, before I end today, I want these ladies to plug any type of upcoming events that they have, other business. So, do y'all have a name of the group? Do y'all have a group name?
Yes.
Okay.
Mimosa Moments, Women Inspiring Women.
Okay.
We're on Facebook and Instagram, and we don't have a webpage yet, but I'm working on it.
Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you from Jen, what do you have coming up at your one board?
So I have May 1st, I'm going to have Jazz Night from 7 to 9. And I'm going to have Ronnie Perkins, and I'm going to have B.D. Ray Shepard. So we'll have live jazz.
Perfect.
May 1st, Saturday night.
Do you have an address where people can go?
As far as
your business? Where's
Oh,
your business?
5514 Lone Star Parkway.
Perfect,
Right
perfect.
off 151.
Right off 151.
We'll be there.
It's a cute bar, ladies.
Yes,
It's
go.
so super cute. You need to go by. Absolutely. What about, okay, so plug your business, Veronica.
Well, Mimosa Moments will be at the wine bar on May 2nd from 12 to 3.
Yes.
Mimosa Moments is a group of a bunch of women who are entrepreneurs. But my business, Grande Properties, is also hosting a financial literacy event at the Cesar Chavez Civic Center. Don't have a date yet.
Okay.
So plug into my Facebook, Grande
Mm-hmm.
Properties LLC. Veronica Amaro, you can reach out to me, you can friend me and friend everybody, or Miriam Campos, Real Estate, and we will update you on our events.
What about you? Do you have any
Yes.
upcoming events for Glamified?
So, since May is, of course, Mother's Day, right? For Glamified, I'll be running a special for the month of May, and I'll be offering European facials. So you buy one, get one half off. So I want like daughters to bring their mothers, their aunts, bring your best friends, moms bring moms together and come have a spa day. So I'm going to be offering that special for the month. My
she
European
offers
is
gift
75. Yes, gift cards.
cards.
Yes, I have gift cards as
Absolutely.
well. So if you want to buy your mom a gift card for Mother's Day, come and hit me up.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to give a round of applause to these wonderful women in business. They are amazing. They're doing great in their business, and I want y'all to hit them up on their social media, Facebook, Instagram. Y'all have Twitter?
I have Twitter.
Twitter?
I'm on Google, Instagram, Facebook.
Wonderful. So I'm going to end here, but you can also find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Follow me. Subscribe to Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify. I'm on there. So if you love my show, please subscribe. So until the next time, see y'all later. Say bye.
Bye.
There, you got it.